Interesting psychology present. 10 psychology tricks that work on anybody. Did you ever wish that you could control the minds of people around you? We are here to tell you that you can now do this with the power of psychology. From shaping how others perceive you to making your crush fall in love with you and getting your friends to do what you want them to do. You'll have what it takes to do anything you want. 1. Make people get out of your way. How many times did you struggle through a crowd? Or started colliding with people while heading somewhere in a full room? Luckily, you have this simple trick that works magic. You will be able to part foot traffic in a crowded area easily. If you are at a crowded street or social event, this trick can come in handy. All you have to do in such circumstances is look straight in the direction you want to go. You will be surprised to see there is a path that opens up to you. This trick has to do with the other people around you. When in crowded areas, it's common for people to watch others' eyes as a sign of where they are headed to avoid running into this person. They go the opposite way. If you tried this trick before, let us know how it goes in the comment below. 2. Make people believe in your lies. We always need to lie a little bit sometimes. And it doesn't have to be about telling your partner that you are not cheating on them when you are actually seeing someone else. Sometimes we just don't want to go to an event, and we need a good reason to say no. If you want to make sure that your lie doesn't sound ridiculous, you will have to be a good liar. One good thing you can do is tell them something embarrassing. For example, if you don't want to go to your friend's party, act a little shy and say that you have diarrhea, and that you don't want to shit all over his house. They probably won't insist, and they will feel uncomfortable asking any other question. But make sure that your story makes sense. 3. Get what you want from anybody. You have heard people tell you to shoot for the stars when it comes to your ambitions. Well, that isn't the only time to shoot for the stars, because you can also do the same when you want something from someone. Psychologists have proven that if you want something from someone, aim high. Well, aim really high. That is by asking someone for something out of their grasp and following up with a reasonable request later. They are more likely to accept your second demand. For example, say you want to borrow $100 from a coworker. You should break the ice by asking for a higher amount. For example, $1,000. Of course, don't be shocked when the person says no. Instead, follow it up by asking for the actual amount of money you wanted. They are much more likely to not refuse this time. This trick works because the person feels bad for saying no to your first appeal, so they try to not let you down for the second time. 4. Make someone tell the truth. We should avoid lying as much as possible. Telling your friend that you have diarrhea is a better way to avoid a party. But what if you are the one who is planning a party with your friends and one of them tells you that they can't be there because it's their cat's birthday? There are still some things you can do to make them say the truth. You can stare at them without saying a word to make them feel uncomfortable. They will not like the silence, and will probably try to say more and more things until they get to the truth. But if it doesn't work, you will have to act like a real psychologist and not a bad cop. Adopt a sincere and understanding tone. Try to understand the reason why they did something instead of accusing them. 5. See if someone is interested in you. Have you ever had that odd moment when you glance at someone and they are staring at you? What if you glanced once more and they are still looking? It may be a coincidence, or it may be not. You may think this person is looking at you and has an interest in you. If that thought crossed your mind, there is an easy trick to know it out without abashing yourself or the other person. Just yawn. That's right, take a long yawn. When you're done, look at the person. If they yawn, there is a great chance they are watching you. This all comes down to the fact that yawning is contagious. So if someone is watching you, over 70% of the time if you yawn, so will they. You could use this trick to see if someone discreetly likes you. 6. Make people like you. This is one of the most popular tricks to make people like you. You might be doing this without even realizing it, but once you understand how it works, you can have control of any situation. Mirroring is really simple. You are the mirror and you have to copy the person in front of you. Don't always do the exact same thing at the exact same time. Keep it natural. And slowly take the position that they have or do something that they did before in the conversation. You can try to copy their body language, their gestures, their facial expression, their vocal pitch and tone, their body orientation, and more. Researchers from New York University proved that this effect makes people like you. The reason why it works is that it makes us look connected and engaged. Moreover, we tend to better trust people who look like us. It is the perfect thing to do on a date. Looking at your crush to see if he acts like you is also a good way to know if they're interested in you. We know that you want to try this right now, but watch this video until the end if you want to learn more tricks. 7. make people reveal who they like. If you want to know who likes you, the answer is in their smile, and you'll clearly see it when they laugh. Those who laugh together stay together, and this is why you want to pay attention to people who have the same sense of humor. We know that you mostly want to know who has a crush on you, so we'll start with that one. Try to tell them something funny if they easily smile or even laugh. It may be a sign that they're interested in you. Keep talking to them, and if they think that you are so funny, it is a good opportunity to ask them on a date. But if they barely smile, they will probably just say that they're unavailable. Even when you are in a serious relationship, a lot of studies have shown that laughing is what makes people stay together. By looking at couples, they understood that shared laughter was an indicator of greater relationship quality. That might not surprise you, so we also want to help you understand who likes you. If you are in a group, tell something funny and look at everyone. When they're laughing, they will look at the person that they like the most in the group. If two people are looking at each other, it might be a sign that they are in love. 8. Make people feel closer to you. We found a magic trick to make people feel closer to you, even if you just see them for less than an hour. This is a great way to make new friends or feel more connected to your crush. Small talk is not really interesting for anyone. Instead, try to tell your secrets to people. You can slowly start talking about things that are more personal during a conversation. In a study at Stony Brook University, a researcher found out that people felt closer to each other after spending only 45 minutes together when they asked each other questions which got deep and personal. The more you reveal things about yourself, the more you will know about that person, and you will feel like you share something special. This gives us a great idea for a date, right? 9. Make people admire you. You might think that you have to be perfect to make people like you, but it is actually the opposite. Having some flaws is what will make people like you even more. We don't say that you should be a terrible person that everyone hates, but making little mistakes sometimes is actually a good thing. That's because people will like you even more after you make a mistake, only if they already think that you're a competent person. That's called the Pratfall Effect. The reason why it works is really simple. It simply makes you more vulnerable toward the people around you. After all, aren't you intimidated by your crush when you think that they are too perfect? We all felt like we are not good enough at some point in our lives. But then you learn that they are bad in science class, and you know that you can do something to help them. 10. Make someone fall in love with you. All these things are great. But how can you make sure that someone who likes you will love you a little more on the first date? There is one trick that works almost every time. Mostly if you're dating a girl. If you want to make them feel something, give them the adrenaline. This is why watching a horror movie on a date is a great idea. Social psychology experiments prove that people misattribute feelings of fear and anxiety to feelings of love. It doesn't only work with movies. You can also try to go on a roller coaster instead of the Ferris wheel. Living an adventure together is also a great way to have more adrenaline. So you know what to do next time you want to go on a date. Are you going to try any of these tricks? If you will, tell us which one in the comments section down below. We love to know what you think. And that's it for 10 psychology tricks that work on anybody. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends so we can keep making them. For more videos like this, hit the subscribe button. And remember to click on the notification bell. Also, be sure to check out our other videos as well. Thanks for watching.